Hey guys, it's Rick. I'm here for Pixi Dust Designs today, and we are going to be talking about taking your single layer die cuts like the unicorn mug dies that we're using today and adding a little bit more definition to your one layer die cuts. So the first thing you have to do is cut all the pieces out that you're going to use. So I'm laying out all my dies from the unicorn mug die set from Pixi Dust Design. I'm using 5 colors plus white and a little gold to cut those out from. And coincidentally, the colors that I picked are actually part of the February 2024 Pixi Dust Design Color Challenge. So you can find all that information over on the Pixi Dust Facebook page as I am taping down my dies and getting those ready to cut out. You can see I threw in a little gold because everything's better with a little gold. Now, since we have all those cut out, we are going to start adding a little definition to our die cuts by using distress inks. And I like to, or you can use any kind of ink you want. I'm using Lost Shadow and Hickory Smoke on all my die cuts because they're gray. And that way it allows me to go around all the edges where I want my shadows to be on my die cuts and give it a little bit more oomph and a little bit more pop, and they look like they're a little bit more layered up than what they are. Now you can see around the mane and around the mug, I went a little bit more around the entire thing to create some shadows. On my die cut pieces, I just used some white cardstock for those pieces, and I've just going around and creating those edges and adding a little bit more definition. I'm coming in with that darker color also to give it a little bit more pop. Now we're going to pull in all of our little colored pieces and add shadow where they would be. Now here I had to go back and lay out my pieces on the mane to figure out which side the shadow was supposed to go on. And as you will learn, since I'm new to the design team, you will learn that sometimes Rick's not always right. He kind of flipped two of the die cuts after doing the shadowing. But it turned out okay. It's not a big deal. It'll be okay, people. And besides, you can find some great dies over on the Pixi Dust Designs website that are great for this technique. And you'll be seeing a couple more videos from me this month and next month where we are going to do some fun card projects. So I'm just going around the edge of the handle of the cup, and if you notice, I only put shadow on the inside because that is where shadow will be. I'm taking my little flower die cuts and I'm only adding shading to one side. Now we are going to go back and assemble everything. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue onto my pieces and line them up. They were super easy to line up on the mane of the unicorn. I forgot what animal it was. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to line those up, and I went in rainbow order from darkest to lightest. Started with my red, and then added in my red orange, and then my pinks, and then I'm going to add in my little lavender color at the end, and it just adds such a boom wow factor to the card. This is the one that I messed up, that and one of the red pieces. Now I'm going to add my gold coffee. Because if you know me, you know I like more cream in my coffee than I do coffee. So we're going to add the base of our cup down there at the bottom. And again, these were super easy to line up. If you are afraid of die cuts, Pixi Dust Designs dies builder sets are a great way to go. They were super easy to work with. I am not a die cut person, but I thought I'd give them a try. And I really, really enjoyed working with these dies. They were super easy. So as I'm on the design team, I'll be getting, way more comfortable with the dies. But for now, I'm super happy. Okay, I'm going to tuck my ears behind my little mug. And there's a little place on the rim of the coffee where the mane lines up, and it's super easy. Now we're going to add in our little eyelashes. I did go back and flip over the design of the flip over the package, and there is a image on the back of the package that shows you where to put everything at. Now we're going to finish this off with a little bit more definition and add some highlights with just a gel pen. And I even added highlights to the horn And you can do that on foil as long as you give it enough time to dry. So we are going to come in now and work on our background. I've just got an embossed piece of cardstock that I have in my stash. And all I'm going to do is ink blend that in 3 different shades of pink to create an ombre effect on for my card front. This way it'll tie in that pinks in my pattern or cardstock. With the ink blending all complete, it's time to start arranging the elements for our card. I'm going to attach my little unicorn mug that I just so dearly love right on the front of my embossed ombre panel. And I'm just using liquid glue for that. And then I've got some die cuts, or I got an alphabet die in my stash, and I just use that to cut out a sentiment. And I'm going to take my card front and lay it onto another piece of that lavender cardstock to tie in that lavender a little bit more. I always like to repeat my colors a couple times on my designs. I'm just going to attach my little sentiment here that I die cut out from those for another shade of pink cardstock, just right at the top. And I will decide to move my little U up. Since it's Valentine's Day, I thought it was perfect to do a love you card. So I'm going to move the U up at the top and balance that top out a little bit more because it was a little unbalanced at the bottom. So I'm going to add a little enamel heart to help tie in that love also. And it's actually in that same dark red color. Now we're going to come in and add in our little flowers. I'm going to place them where I want them to be first. And I really liked that I got 2 flowers each time I die cut a piece, plus the centers in the unicorn mug die set. It made it super fast, and I only had to pass it a couple times. So we're going to arrange our little flowers on our same colors cardstock that we used on our mug. And then our little mane of our unicorn that, again, is so adorable. I'm going to attach each one with just a little dot of liquid glue right under the center. I did have to pull in my craft pick because I have big fingers, and it was hard to get them and hold them. So I'm just going to keep attaching these, and I only got a couple more, and then we're going to start adding our centers. And again, this die also that does the little flowers also does the little centers at the same time, so it was super easy. You could easily leave them with just the cardstock centers, but Rick had to be a little extra, and I decided to add a little gem to them. I thought when I was adding my gems that they were clear on the bottom and my colored cardstock would see through, and I did not realize that they did not until after I got done. So I would just probably put some kind of like enamel on it or stickles or something like that next time, or just leave them plain. It would be super cute just plain with the little dots of different colors on the flowers. I have a tendency to overthink things. You're going to learn that in a minute. All right, to finish things off, I'm going to add little highlights to my die cut words. And I'm also going to add them to sporadically around the little floral pieces as well. This will add another dimension, another spot of dimension on our card. I'm getting excited, y'all, because I really like this card. So for the little flowers, on some of them, I did just 1 dot per petal. And then some I did 2 little dots per petal to add just a little pop of a highlight on there. And that I'm going to take and put it on. I'm going to put my card front onto my card base. You can tell I'm getting excited about this card because I'm getting tongue-tied. So there is my finished card. There is another look at the unicorn mug die set. I hope you give this a try, and I will see you in the next video. All the supplies will be linked in the description box below.